I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. Northwest wind gusts of 35 to 45 remain possible through this evening as strong high pressure builds in behind a cold front. Through this evening, some snow or rain is possible. Gusty winds and areas of snow may lead to some pockets of reduced visibility. Any snow accumulations should range from a dusting to about a half an inch. Our highs tomorrow once again will be seasonal to slightly cooler than normal and range from the 30s into the low 40s. Mild highs in the mid-40s to the mid-50s return for the weekend through Monday with a ridge of high pressure. Some light rain or snow is possible Tuesday through Tuesday night to the southeast of the Tri-Cities when an area of low pressure tracks to our south. Another wave of low pressure looks to track a bit more to the north with low-end rain and snow chances region-wide Tuesday night through Thursday. Some of the forecast models, though, keep the region dry with a more southern track. Our highs cooling to the upper 30s to the 40s for the middle of next week. In the long-term forecast, Nebraska and Kansas temperatures are likely to be seasonal to near normal the middle of next week. Slightly cooler than normal temperatures are indicated late next week through February 22nd. Nebraska and Kansas precipitation is predicted to be above normal the middle of next week. Late next week through February 22nd, Nebraska precipitation trends to slightly above normal, while Kansas backs off to near normal precipitation. The latest regional drought monitor is mostly unchanged. Most of Nebraska is in moderate to severe drought. Coverage of extreme to exceptional drought continues at 45% of Nebraska, including the southwest, southern third of the panhandle, much of the north central, and all of the northeast. Kansas remains at 4% drought-free, including a swath from Seneca to Abilene in the northeast. North central and most of eastern Kansas are abnormally dry to a severe drought. 56% of Kansas locked in extreme to exceptional drought that covers most of the western and southern thirds of the state. Key weather factors in the markets include a rain chance in the southern plains, limited rain for Argentina, and more heavy rain for Brazil. The storm crossing the Midwest right now reaches northern New England by late tomorrow. Aside from lingering snow in the Great Lakes and northeastern states, dry weather follows. A trailing disturbance maintains unsettled conditions in the southeast and mid-Atlantic through the weekend, with rain and wet snow possible. Late week and weekend precipitation totals could reach 2 to 4 inches from western Florida to parts of the Carolinas. The Pacific coast to the plains, though, remains mostly dry the next 5 days. An exception is in the south central U.S., where precipitation occurs early next week as a developing storm emerges. The south central U.S. storm could produce significant precipitation that may catch some of the hard red winter wheat areas, and another storm behind it may do the same. For the northern plains, the cooling trend next week may be a significant drop. The northern plains waffle in and out of warm and cold weather the next 10 days, but should be colder at the end of the month. Argentina's dry stretch and hot temperatures are drying out the soil moisture. Rain this weekend in Argentina, unlikely to have much of a positive impact on soil moisture, but rains could be more substantial for next week. Any boost in Argentina crop conditions the last couple of weeks has been negated by heat and dryness of this week. Central and northern Brazil is a bit too wet, where soybean harvest and second crop corn planting are delayed. Forecasted delays this week and next week are likely to expose the second crop corn to the dry season during pollination. Southern Brazil crops continue to deal with strong dryness, but better rains may occur for next week. With the check of your ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.